Yes, as you know, I am Ahmed Nur Hussein, and we are here today to do an interview with our brother Johnson, who is running an organization, charity organization. And the interview today will maybe highlight the importance of the charity organization. And we also encourage you to subscribe, like, share, and even try to encourage other people to even contribute or try to help those people who are trying to uplift the members of the members of the society who are unprivileged. So let's just go and straight to the points and do the interview with the guy so that we can get to know what is it about. So John, I hope I know your name, but most of the viewers they don't know your name and what you do. So can you briefly tell us your name and what you do?
Thank you. I'm John Maramba, founder of Umoja and Nguvu Charity Foundation. I'm also a student in the School of Nursing in Masindamiro, pursuing a bachelor degree in global health and travel medicine.
Uh, the way you have just said that you are a student, and at the same time you say that you are the founder of the charity organization called Umoja and Nguvu. And how, what triggered you to how to start such organization while you are a student?
I would say starting such a charity foundation, it is it is a matter of your heart. I would say it is a vision given by God. You see in the book of Joel chapter 2 verse 28, it says that afterward God will pour out his spirit and young people will see visions and old men will have dreams. So as a youth, I prayed to God to grant me a vision, and he gave me a vision of giving back to the society. So that's when I started Umoja Nguvu Charity Foundation. It is a charity foundation I started immediately I finished high school.
Okay, when was that year that you started this charity organization?
Umoja Nguvu Charity Foundation, I started it in 2020. But at that time I could not do most of the activities because we were on lockdown, because of there was a pandemic, coronavirus. So I started it in 2020. Officially I started it in 2020, but in 2021 is when I started doing my charity activities or the initiative with the community.
Okay, when you have started that charity organization, who was there for you? Who helped you to start this organization? Maybe a member of your family, or even your friends, or even church, any other.
Yeah, there are some people, but firstly I'll say there was God, because God was the one who gave me that vision. And when God gives you a vision, he also gives you a provision. When God gives you something, he will also provide. And then have a very supportive mom. So they have been, and then close youth, because at that time when I was given a vision of giving back to the society, I was also appointed the youth leader in our church. So I wanted to be a role model. So God gave me a vision of giving back to the community, and I would say as a youth leader, most of my youth, or the youth whom I was serving, they were there to support what I was doing.
Okay, I can see you talk a lot about God.
Sure.
Are you from a family of strong or a staunch Christianity, or you are just grown up in an area whereby you have seen people praising God and doing all this?
I've been mentored. I've been mentored in church. I've come up from a family which really acknowledge and adores God. So I've grown up in a place whereby knowing God. I've been knowing God all my life.
The charity organization that you are running, is it a charity that runs across the country, or it is just for a specific area or a specific region of this country?
It is a charity. I'm planning for it to be globally, because I said like I'm a student, so like most of the activities I've been doing it locally. But I'm praying to God to help me to grow, because like Mother Teresa said that if you cannot do great things, then you do small things in a greater way. So I've been doing things. For now, it has been locally. Yeah,
It has been locally,
yeah, sure.
but in which part of the region or country or the region of this country? We have a different region, like we have a Western, East Rift Valley. So maybe if someone maybe is in need of your organization or your charity organization, where can that part of your organization's offices or head office is found?
Thank you. When I came to Masinde Muliro, that was in 2020. when I came here in Kakamega, I saw some people going to school barefooted. So I was touched, and I could not imagine that at this era, still we have people who go to school barefooted. So, courtesy of my charity foundation, it aims to make sure that no child goes to school barefooted. It ensures that it ensures to make that all children go, or all pupils go to school in shoes. And also, back that was in Kakamega, back in Eldoret, there's a rehabilitation center for those kids who are able differently, the disabled ones. So, courtesy of that charity foundation, courtesy of my charity foundation or my initiative, it aims to make sure that we visit that rehabilitation center every year, so that we share with those kids, because most of them, they're able differently. We donate whatever we have. Then my charity foundation, I could not say specific location because I'm a student in Kakamega, I'm a resident in Eldoret. So I will say it is in between Kakamega and Eldoret. So if you want to find me, you can either find me in Kakamega here or in Eldoret.
And you also touched some important parts of the organization. You say that you want to see every child in this country to go to school in shoes. So it means that your organization touches on making sure that all children in this school, in this country, go to school with good clothes and shoe. So, what was the source of your finance for this organization? Because you can't run a organization without a source of funding.
I would say, as I stated earlier, when God gives you a vision, He also gives you a provision. So when I joined campus, that was in 2020, uh, I started receiving the higher education loan board, the help loan. So at that time, I noticed when God gives you a vision, He also gives you a provision. So I've been using my help loan to do my charity activities.
Is there any other source? Is there any other source of funding apart from the help loan that you have been receiving from
I
them?
will say my savings. I've been using my savings together with help loan. Then I have a very supportive mom. When I have any activity, she's there to support what I do.
Apart from your mom or your savings and help, is there any other person in the in the society, even as a government, local government, or the national government, or the other societies, societal clubs like the churches, even the schools, has came in for you?
No, for now I'll say no, because there's a time I went to a government office to see if I can get any funds on charity. Then they say the government does not cater for charity, it does not set money for charity activities. Yeah.
Now, what has been maybe the challenges that you and the organization has been facing? Maybe you have started this organization while there was a pandemic and there was a lockdown everywhere, and now still you are a student also. So, what was the challenges and what is the challenge currently?
I say the challenges was that time we were in lockdown. Uh, there was no much activities. People coming together. Remember, I deal with youths. When I have any activity, I incorporate them. So at that time, we were not allowed to gather together. And also, at that time, churches were closed. We could not do worship. Like, many activities were interrupted. And I would say the greatest challenge has been lack of funds, because yes, in our country here we have a lot of people who need our help, but when you don't have enough funds, it becomes a challenge. It becomes a challenge, and it becomes a menace, I would say.
Also, you see, in this country or in this world currently, there is a lot of mistrust
Yeah, sure.
with the charity organization, whereby some charity organization were accused of being stealing from the public or from their member, and use the executive or the founders of those organizations are using those money for themselves or for their own benefits. Have you ever faced with such criticism or such accusations, or have you ever been mistrusted by any member of society that you have maybe solicits money from, or
I would say my organization, it is very transparent in a way that you see whatever we do, and then there are those cases of mistrust in the community, because you find those people who started such charity foundation, they started in a way of profiting themselves. But we see, when it is, I said earlier, my vision it is that God was the one who gave me this vision of giving back to the community, meaning that God Himself trusted me, and there's no way I can steal from God, and I've been using my help to give back to the community, meaning that I'm very selfless. I'm not being self. I'm not.
Selfish.
Yeah, sure. I'm being selfless because there are those people who, yes, who use such money to benefit themselves. Those are the people who they didn't encounter their visions with God. They just started it in a way of profiting themselves. And I will say my charity foundation is something that is very transparent. When first before I've been not before I ask for anything, for any donation, you first explain to someone what you have been doing and what you want to do. That way you are creating a there's transparency.
Also, there is this issue of the numbers of the members. Is your organization is open to any member or all members of the society to join to give in something to help you, or it is just for specific, maybe the registered members who are known, maybe by government, even by the organization, or it is open to everyone?
My charity foundation is open to anyone because when I'm going to donate shoes to those people, I don't like consider this kind of people. It's like I don't say these people from this tribe, from this religion. No matter, like, provided you're going to school barefooted, my charity foundation aims to make sure that every child goes to school in shoes. So it is not limited to anyone. It is very open to anyone.
Okay, and also such organizations try to maybe gauge their success in number of the people they have helped. So far, how many children have you helped, or you made them to go to school in shoe?
In terms of numbers, uh,
Maybe in terms of the school you went to, or even the numbers that maybe you have gone to different school and helped such number of people. Can you tell us?
yeah, sure. Here in Kakamega, there is a school called Mungulu Primary. At that point, I donated 40 shoes to pupils who are going, more than 40, say 50, to those people who are going to school barefooted. Then soon, God willing, I'm planning to donate shoes to another school here in Kakamega. It's called St. Francis. In that school, in that region, I saw some people going to school barefooted. So I'm aiming, or God willing, soon I'll be donating shoes to those people.
Or apart from donating shoes, is any other items is any other items that you are donating to the those children? Maybe clothes, even any other support.
I will say I will
You say that you donate shoe to children in different schools. Is there any other items that you donate to these children or any other underprivileged people?
Yes, apart from shoes, there's also clothes. Like I always have a project of feeding the street families every year. So apart from feeding those street families, I create awareness. The street kids mostly. You'll notice that most of the street families or the street kids, they use drugs. So being a medical student, I create awareness on the effects of drugs. Then when we create effects of drugs, I tell them to come to church. In our church, we have a school. So when they come to church, we see on how forward we can help them to access their learning. So far, I've managed to retrieve 3 kids from the street. One of them, we are living with them, and we are living with him, and 2 others, they have been able to come out of the street, and they are going to school, and they are also coming to church. So apart from shoes, we create awareness on the effects of drugs. We take these kids from the street, and then we bring them to school.
Do you have any? Do you have social media handles like WhatsApp, Facebook, where people can get you?
Yes, yes. On Facebook, I'm at John Marambu, and also my charity foundation. There you'll find that Umoja ni Nguvu Charity Foundation, and also on Instagram, Marambu John, TikTok, John Marambu, YouTube, John Marambu,
Twitter.
on Twitter, Marambu John.
So, so for the people who are willing to donate to your organization, is there any official number or official account that they can use?
Yes, you can use my number 0703 500 576. It will bring John Marambu. And also apart from that, as we conclude, I would like to say in future I would really like to build a children's home, a rehabilitation center, and also a school and a church.
Our viewers, as you have seen here, the gentleman Johnson Marabu has been telling us, or has been briefing us on his organization that helps Barefoot that has been helping unprivileged children in different schools, and even has been rehabilitating children from streets. And now we say that he's even living with one, and two others are going to school now on courtesy of nguvu umoja ni charity nguvu charity foundation. And now we like to encourage also the members of the society to help him, to even donate even as little as even 10 bob or something that can help him to do those activities. And also we encourage, as we are concluding now, we encourage you guys to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Kenya Online TV. Like it, share, so that this content will go far. Many people can see it, so that they can help the charity organization that we have been talking about. And also we encourage other people also to come out and help the unprivileged and people from marginalized area, or unprivileged and benefited areas, and children from this organization. That we have seen governments, they are trying to do things, but they are not able to do everything at once. We as the citizen of this country can do much more about this issue. So don't forget to subscribe, to share, like and comment, and don't forget to help or assist or donate towards the charity organization of the John Maraba, because he's the founder, but he cannot be the sole runner of the organization. Thank you.